A very good evening to you and welcome to the Galaxy Arena, where it is the last and final day of the ITTF Men's and Women's World Cup right here in Macau. This is 2025 and the two finalists, world number ones in women's and men's in the final. Yingsha, the Queen Bee, takes on KUAI Man, and in just a little bit or soon after that, it's going to be the world number one in men, Lin Chidong, who will go up against Hugo Calderano of Brazil. All that happening right here at the Galaxy Arena. And don't forget, we start off with the women's event. This, of course, is such a big one for us. I've loved every single bit of it, right down to the pink arena where the women's contest is going to be held. Let's quickly look at it. Yingsha getting the better of Chen Yijing before she got the better of Chen Xintong in the semi-finals to set up that meeting with KUAI Man. KUAI Man, of course, a great victory, comeback victory over Wang Manyu, the number 2 seed, and then, of course, a semi-final victory over Mima Ito of Japan. That was a very closely fought encounter. Again, KUAI Man coming from behind to win it. So this is the big contest. The world number one, Yingsha, the Queen Bee of table tennis, going up against the comeback princess, KUAI Man, who's just 21 years old. Very, very interesting game. Stay with us as we take you through it.
女士们、先生们，接下来要进行的比赛是女子单打决赛。全场的各位，女单决赛即将开始，我们一起从5倒数，5。
Well, there you have it, the final. Always love the lights at this stage.
The world number 7, representing China, KUAI Man.
World number 7 and the comeback story of this event. And I mean comeback by each and every game that she's played in, especially the crucial ones. She's gone a game or two down before coming back to win it. And the number one in China, the number one among young athletes who look up to her, best known to all of us as Shasha. Here's Yingsha, the world number one in table tennis in the women's arena. It's going to be a big one here and a very, very interesting battle because these two ladies have met on 3 occasions, and in each and every one of them, it is Yingsha who has come away as the winner. Very interesting to look at the most recent one, which was in 2025 at the Singapore Smash in the final. Now this is so important. This is a repeat pretty much of that. So KUAI Man made the final in the Singapore Smash. Yingsha won it 4-1. The only time that she dropped a game was, of course, she dropped the second game. KUAI Man, very impressive, defeating Wang Manyu in the quarterfinals. That's world number 2, and then defeating Mima Ito, who's world number top 10 player as well. And Yingsha, of course, going up against Chen Yijing in the quarterfinals of Chinese Taipei, defeating her before having that slight, pause in her run to a straight win against Chen Xintong from China. So big game here today.
Toss, please. Blue or red? Red for KUAI Man and blue for Yingsha. Blue, Sun, you in the toss. What do you choose? Side for Sun, KUAI Man, receive or serve?
Akram Benatia of Tunisia is our main umpire. And we are done with the toss. So just as I said earlier, well, KUAI Man going down to Yingsha 4-1. And that was, of course, in the Singapore Smash 2025, the China Smash 2024. She was defeated 3-1 by Yingsha. And in 2022, she lost 3-love to Yingsha. That also at the Singapore Smash. It was in the round of 32. But this year, she's in form. She made the finals at the Singapore Smash. 21 years old, ranked 7 in the world, 7-seeded, left hand, shake hand grip. It's going to be that right and left battle once again. That's Akram Benatia, our umpire for today. The man in charge of the final, the women's final. 21-year-old, 7-seeded, KUAI Man, and she's up against Yingsha. Aya Ahmed of Egypt is our assistant umpire. We've seen both our umpires right through the entire duration of the contest, and it's been a very, very interesting one.
KUAI Man to serve. Last all.
KUAI Man will start off with the serve. And Yingsha going in with those, well, very quick and powerful forehands. She always likes to get started fast. It's all about being quick. It's all about being accurate. And she'll take the first point. Now this time, KUAI Man will draw a point back. Controls that fairly well. It's that right and left combination that's really going to be, such a battle or such a thrill to watch. Lovely winner straight down the line from her. And Shasha will serve for the first time in this encounter.
2-1.
Well, she will have to try and, well, step up to that serve from Yingsha. So 2 points ahead now, the world number 1. Well, these two amazing athletes have met before, as I said earlier this year, and it's almost like a replay of the Singapore Smash. Oh, that's a well-placed, KUAI Man just drawing it back in a lovely angle shot. Just putting it beyond the reach of Yingsha. Very similar styles, but keep in mind the fact that it's that experience, that quick thought process that can be the winner in today's game. There's been no slowing down for the world number one ever since she ascended that throne a couple of years back. She's been an absolutely fantastic form. Of course, neither of these players will have a coach in their corner today since they both come from the national team. Yingsha serves at 4-2. A lovely backhand there. Just very quick with the moves. Having said that, don't forget that KUAI Man is a bit of a slow starter. She does take time to find her feet and to get them firmly planted on the floor. That takes quite a bit of time for her. And there will be a point here for KUAI Man, who's now 2 points adrift of the world number one. Oh, lovely recovery. Lovely recovery from both players. And it is KUAI Man. Well, who will take the point from this. Very well played.
Five.
5-all now. Don't know if we've had a chance to look at, well, Yingsha's, well, racket. It's a very, very interesting one. It's got a face there on the handle at the bottom. Oh, those are a few quick exchanges. Points ahead now, Yingsha. She's just using that forehand, and this is what she does. She can control most of the rallies that she plays, and that's what she thrives on. Changing the speed, the direction, the angle. That's what makes her so special.
Six.
Well, just a lovely bit of spin there from KUAI Man to draw level. A lovely loop drive earlier. Just creating those opportunities now. She's got to get a little bit creative. Yingsha can be creative, but she is creative within certain parameters. She does work within that, if you can read that, but she's deceptive to change the game at any time.
7-6.
KUAI Man will draw one. Serve, return, and then execute. Just getting the right amount of turn on that to, well, fox the world number one, but that's just for a point.
6-8.
And that is definitely service. Definitely service here from KUAI Man. Yingsha. And here's one right back at you, says the world number one. She can make it very difficult for her opponents to return serve. A lovely winner there. Didn't have to sweat too much for that, Yingsha. It's 8-all, and it's been a fairly well contested, first game.
Play, please. 8-8.
And don't forget that these athletes know each other's game fairly well. They do have a lot of practice sessions in the national team. Just a splendid advantage here for KUAI Man. Her rise has been quite interesting. She won the under-19 girls singles event at the ITTF World Youth Championships in 2021 and 2023. Yingsha will draw back as she levels the score here. Lovely bit of side spin on that earlier. And just changes that around. That heavy top spin from a forehand. The shot variation just fantastic sometimes. As well, the coaches and the China contingent look on. Let's very quickly remind you that Yingsha, of course, has been world number one for quite a period of time, while KUAI Man just went up to world number 7 on the 11th of February 2025. If she's maintained that ranking, it's going to be game point here for Yingsha. Just been caught unawares there, world number 7.
Let 10-9.
And that's going to be the first game for Yingsha as she claims it 11-9. Well, just an error there from KUAI Man to knock the ball out of the table, and she knows it. Well, it was so close, but Yingsha will claim the first one. Well, that was a smart return, lovely backhand flick. Was looking to change direction, but failed to keep that on the table. It's 11-9 in the first game. Time to move into the second game. Remember, we're playing a best of 7 here. This is the ITTF Women's World Cup final. It will be a hard-fought one. Yingsha once again starting on the front foot. Claims the first point. It's almost like a test when you're playing up against Yingsha. Ability to have those quick forehand and backhand, well, drives coming at you before she decides to change direction. And very close to what she does, of course, is also Lin Shidong, in a way. We'll talk about that later. That's 3 points ahead now for Yingsha. Just got that fight spin going, but KUAI Man was fast to return it. she's a very attacking player, Yingsha. And it'll be, well, 4 straight points there. KUAI Man just, well, losing her rhythm here. She needs to, well, find a footing back again. Well, and that's the one that'll go the way of the world number 7. Well played there. The 21-year-old very focused now during this rally. Well, did go toe-to-toe with Yingsha. That's pretty much the style of Yingsha, the way that KUAI Man just won that. Well, those errors will be costly unless she reins them in as soon as possible, and I think she'll have to be very, very careful about that, KUAI Man. So she serves at 1-5. That's 4 points behind the world number 1. One 6 now. KUAI Man actually comes from Sheung County in Jiangsu province. I'm very familiar with Jiangsu because of the football, a club there. And her parents, of course, let her choose a future profession when she was just 1 year old. And they did this, of course, by placing an assortment of gift choices before her and seeing which one she would pick up. Given that she plays ping pong professionally back then when she was 1 year old, she picked up the paddle and the ball. That would become really a career path that she would take up. How interesting is that? You get to choose your career when you're 1 year old. Started a professional career in 2017 when she was just 13.
7-2.
And another point in here for KUAI Man. Played a couple of junior tournaments, done extremely well in most of them before she progressed to the main team.
Three, 7.
And that's just rolled over, so it'll be another point for KUAI Man.
Four, 7.
So 7 now. One of the things that does work in the favor of the number 7 is she has a strong counter drive with that backhand. Tries to finish off the opponent quickly with a forehand kill across the table. And although she plays left-handed, she actually resembles the style of play of a right-handed shake-hand attacker. Stays close to the table.
7-5.
That's been a couple of straight points. Well on the trot for her. 2 points adrift now of the world number 1. Very impressive to look at her. By the time she was 15, she was a regular in the world's top 500. Jumped up 3 years later to break into the top 50. In May, she went up 69 places to 102nd and then 33rd globally. 2023, she went up to 22nd. Here she is at number 7, 2025. Well played. Oh, that is an absolutely smart return here from KUAI Man. Well, just using the turn of the ball against, well, Shasha. She's asked for a change of ball, so these young ladies will warm up with it.
7-6.
Oh, she hasn't actually. She's still gone with the same. Almost thought she changed the ball there. Would have asked the umpire if she was going to. Oh, well played this time, just stretching KUAI Man. 2 points ahead. Well, Sun Yingsha will just give up easily. And even if she drops the game, you know, she's going to come back hard at you.
6-9.
So 6-9. And this is the part where, you know, things begin to change. And I think KUAI Man's going to have to be very careful of that. Well, was looking for that winner, but it's going to be, well, game point for the world number 1. And that's going to be the 2nd straight game for her. A lovely angle on that. Just opened up the face of that racket, flashed that forehand with a slight bit of side spin in, and she's claimed it. So it's going to be 2 games now for Sun Yingsha. 11-9, 11-6, 63 kilometers per hour that winner speed, and 91 RPS the spin speed. And that was going to be unplayable. Absolutely. So 2 games done. Sun Yingsha leads 2 games to 0. It's on to the 3rd game now in the finale. Remember, this is the ITTF Women's World Cup Macau 2025 final. Sun Yingsha, the world number 1, matching wits with KUAI Man, the world number 7. And Sun Yingsha leads 2 games to love, KUAI Man to serve.
1 love.
Oh, well played this time. Excellent return there from KUAI Man. Well, it's that last shot, just got that back in. And I don't think, well, for a change, Sun Yingsha wasn't expecting that return. Well played. Lovely backhand flick there from her. Love 2. This time the powerful forehand coming in from, well, KUAI Man. There's always that ability for her to turn things around. And Sun Yingsha, just saying, I probably heard that. Good comeback from her. Well, we have spoken about KUAI Man at length. Well played. Nothing spectacular, but just enough to, well, reduce the deficit by another point here.
3-2.
Well, extremely fluid with the movement as always. Sun Yingsha. KUAI Man will serve at 3-2. Well, this time that angle shot going the way of KUAI Man, and she knows it's going to be a tough battle. There's no doubt about it. And if you just look at their, well, temperaments, you look at the persona that these ladies bring to, you know, that table. Yingsha, always that jumpy, very quick, attacking, well, player. You know that she's coming there for the attack, and it's never about being defensive in any way or creative. She'll get creative, but with speed. Point well taken there by Yingsha. And at the other end of the table, KUAI Man, just, you know, that very calm, well, look that she'll keep on her face as she goes about her business. Just like the girl next door who learned how to play table tennis yesterday, and she's extremely lethal. That itself is deception. So back on level terms here, Yingsha started off this game 3 points behind. And this is what she does best. She's got that ability to come back. Once she gets a hold on the game, it's going to be tough. That's another very confident point here for Yingsha. First that backhand, well, straight back to opponent, and then the other way. Gold medalist in the women's singles at both the World Cup and World Championships. She's been quite a star in her own right.
Timeout. KUAI Man.
And timeout being taken. I think it's a smart thing to do. KUAI Man knows that if this game gets away from her, it's just one more game and she might lose the championship. She wouldn't want to be the bridesmaid once again after she was at the Singapore Smash. You know, 2 finals in a row without winning doesn't really work. So stay with us, don't go anywhere, as we continue with our coverage of this absolutely fantastic final. And that is the racket I was talking about, Yingsha. She's got an image down there at the end. That is a very, very special racket. And it's interesting. It's the DHS S968. It's called the Hurricane Shah. The code is S968. S is for Shasha.
5-5.
That timeout for KUAI Man would have worked well. Remember, when 2 players from the same nation are playing, as I said earlier, no coach in your corner. You've got to sit on the couch and think for yourself. Service there from Yingsha. Well, excellent service. Just made it about unplayable there. Well, she may have got the benefit of the net, but that was a very, very decisive, part to take. Decided to switch things around a little bit. Had to stretch first. It's just that last bit straight down the line made it a bit tough for Yingsha. Well, the world #1 herself started playing table tennis when she was 5 years old. And it was a very interesting one for her. She loved the sport so much And she found it very enjoyable. She joined Hebei's provincial team when she was just 10. Selected to play for China's second national table tennis team in 2015 after winning many gold medals in youth competitions. She said everything was new to her back then, and all she wanted to do was play, practice, and become better. She actually loves table tennis that much. Another valuable point here for Suning Shah. January 2017, joined the first team of China. And at the international competitions at the ITTF World Tour Platinum held in Japan, won the gold in both the women's singles and doubles events. Went up to a world ranking of 10. Since then, of course, it's been a meteoric rise for her. I'd say well played and well controlled this time. KUAI Man stretching the champion here. Suning Shah, of course, can return everything that's thrown back at her except for that last one.
Eight.
It's an 8-all.
Eight, nine.
8-9, and it looks like it might be a little bit of a worry here for, well, KUAI Man. So this is exactly what we're looking at. It's been
10, 8.
well, I would have said a tough call earlier, but Suning Shah is at game point in the third game now, and I think this is going to be a tad bit of a worry. Well, 3 games down against the world number 1 is going to be a tough call. She was 2 games down against the world number 2 just a while back, but this is a different story.
10, 8. Ten, 9.
So KUAI Man will stay in it, really giving it all here.
Play, please. 10, 9. Stop. Please, no flash.
And umpire Akram Benathia just
10,
making sure
9.
that, well, the audience, keeps away from using the flash. That can be a really problematic one for, the paddlers. It's distracting. That is a very dominating trial to finish that rally with, and Suning Shah will win the third game 11-9. Absolutely wonderful performance here, though, from KUAI Man. Just returned everything that was thrown back at her before she looped that one up. And then, of course, that was asking for the kill. And Suning Shah says, I'll take that from you. So it's 3 games to love. Suning Shah, well, knows that she's going to stay on path and en route to defending a title. Remember, she won it last year, 11-9, 11-6, 11-9. Stay with us, don't go anywhere, as we continue with the women's final in the ITTF World Cup Macau 2025. to be fair, I would hate to see this game go down, you know, as well, a straight game victory for Yingsha. Not taking anything away from her. She's such a fantastic star and totally deserves it, but would have loved to have seen a bit more of a fight.
Last one.
And a chance here for KUAI Man, you know, to step back in it.
One.
So 1-1. One of the big problems here is KUAI Man has to dig deep. She has to dig really deep to come up with a game plan against the world number one.
1-2.
Because Sasha definitely has the mental advantage here. She's been in top form. Just spoke yesterday about her opponent and spoke about how KUAI Man had also peaked in her performance this year.
3-1.
And that's just not going the way of young KUAI Man. And that's 3 straight points. And an error this time from Yingsha KUAI Man. It's just 2 points drift now. Chance for her to get back in. But I do believe if the world number 7 does not, well, come up with a plan here, and if this 4th game is going to go the way of the world number 1, it's just going to be a title win for her.
5.
We're looking for a quick jab there, but KUAI Man will reap the benefit of that. Both ladies come from fairly humble beginnings. And that's 3 points ahead now for Yingsha. There was a comment made once about Chinese, table tennis or paddlers being, naturally gifted, and it comes to them naturally. I don't think so. Yingsha really is a study in talent, skill, and extreme hard work. It's one of the reasons why athletes look up to her even today. Especially upcoming athletes in China and, sports enthusiasts. Because even at the top, she does work at recreating a game, coming up with, new strategies and skills. And that's just going to be a straight run for now. 5 points ahead here, Yingsha, and just 3 points away from claiming, well, the championship for the 2nd year in a row. And KUAI Man drawing one back. That is much needed. Really needed to get back into the action as soon as possible, and I think, well, she's just done enough. 4
8-4.
points is still a tall order. Two points away now from the championship. And it does look like it's becoming a bit of a Herculean task here for KUAI Man. Yeah. Got to shut my mouth on that, I would think, but it's game point here. Oh, I just really would have loved to have seen, you know, KUAI Man do what she did in the last 2 days. You know, she really was the comeback princess. Oh, that is well finished. And, well, just displaying that talent that we've seen, or the skills we've seen her, you know, become so popular for. A little too late? Well, I don't know. It may be not. And she's going to stay in it for a while longer. 10-6. And here's Yingsha serving for the championship. Well played it. It's a quick wave there to the fans as well. But what an event this has turned out to be. Keep in mind the fact that shows that she keeps a perfect record against KUAI Man. They've met on 4 occasions so far, including the one today. And Yingsha has won every single one of them. And that's pretty much, you know, the story of what we're going to write about going ahead. She defeated KUAI Man at, well, the recent Singapore Smash. And once again, here she is. She gets the better of her in the ITTF Women's World Cup 2025. Finally, a smile from her. It's been, well, a few days of being really serious and extremely sincere. So, 2022 Singapore Smash. Well, it was Yingsha to defeat KUAI Man. China Smash in Beijing 2024 again. Yingsha defeating KUAI Man at the Singapore Smash this year. And this is pretty much that final point. Well, that chop from KUAI Man was just putting that ball out of the table. And great defense of the title. Yingsha, the queen bee of table tennis, wins it in 4 straight games. What an event this was, as I said. And this is just personal. I was expecting this to be a much, well, tougher fight. That's a quick smile from her for the crowd. You know, she's got her fans out there. It's been a performance, and it's a well-deserved win. Absolutely. She was in perfect form right through this tournament. And you can't take anything away from her. She's been in glorious form. She will, of course, have a few words for the camera. But 4 straight games. 4 straight games. It's just, well, such a commanding performance from her, especially in those, well, last 2 games. Looked like it was absolutely, you know, coming back from KUAI Man. I did think I would see that, but it just didn't happen today. And just to give you the final score, Yingsha winning it 11-9, 11-6, 11-9, 11-6. That's 11-11, 11-11, 9-6, 9-6. 44 points won compared to KUAI Man's 30 for Yingsha, 25 on her own serve, and that's where KUAI Man fell on her serve. She only won 17 points, 19 points won an opponent's serve for Yingsha, and KUAI Man only winning 13. KUAI Man's serve actually letting her down today, and wasn't able to sneak enough of points away from the world number 1 on her respective serve. So it was a game. It was fantastic to watch Yingsha in perfect form, and KUAI Man will be back another day. So she's reached 2 major finals this year. Her ranking, of course, is currently at 7, but I'm sure it's going to go up, you know, a little bit further, you know, up the line. And it will be interesting to see how she performs in the next few years. Well, up next, you've got another youngster coming on board, the world #1, Lin Shidong, and he will be taking on Hugo Calderon of Brazil. But first, a few words from Sasha
on defending the World Cup champion. How do you feel now? 恭喜莎莎获得世界杯冠军，又是成功卫冕，现在心情如何呢？
我觉得首先还是非常开心吧，能够赢下这场比赛。其实我觉得在赛前自己的准备，还有在这种对这场比赛的态度方面，其实做了也很长的这种工作吧。然后，但当然，其实我觉得今天整场的发挥，我觉得要比自己想象中还要好一些。因为就像我昨天说的，其实跟蒯曼这场比赛，我觉得会很艰苦，而且其实他最近的状态还有他的成绩也是非常的出色。所以说，面对今天这场比赛，自己也是做好了非常困难的充分准备。但我觉得今天上来主要还是在第一局吧，我觉得第一局很关键，然后对于整场的这种态势也很关键。
First of all, I'm very happy for winning this match. Actually, I made a lot of efforts in preparing this match in terms of my attitude. And also, I believe my performance was better than I had expected. Like I said before, I expected a tough match against KUAI Man, who has been in great form lately, and also her performance is very good. I went into this match fully anticipating all possible difficulties. The first set was very important because it can be decisive for the whole momentum.
Amazing match. So how would you summarize your World Cup journey this time? 你会如何总结自己这一次世界杯之旅呢？
我觉得其实整个世界杯之旅来说，还是每一天的起伏都是不一样的吧，包括心情啊跟准备啊。但我觉得其实在这1周多的比赛，其实也当然非常感谢来到现场支持我们的球迷，然后现场的氛围也是如此的之好吧。但我觉得其实这次的成绩来说，当然其实还是肯定会很满意，但我觉得其实在过程当中还是有回去值得自己更好去总结的地方吧。因为马上即将也要开启下一站的世锦赛了，我觉得整个来说，当然对世锦赛的这种趋势来说，给自己增加了信心。但我觉得回去还是要好好总结，好好备战下一站的世锦赛吧。
Throughout this whole tournament, I went ups and downs in my emotions and preparations, and I really would like to thank all of the spectators who have come to watch my matches. I think the atmosphere was really great. Of course, I'm satisfied with this result, but if I look at the whole journey, I think there are still areas for me to further recap, and of course, it can be a confidence booster for me to get into the World Championships, and I will be well prepared for that.
Congrats again. Thank you, 莎莎。再次恭喜莎莎，谢谢。